20 Stoic principles to start again. Today, we will dive into the fascinating world of Stoicism, a philosophical movement that emerged in ancient Greece and continues to have a significant influence on how we face and overcome the challenges of modern life. In this content, we will explore 20 fundamental Stoic principles capable of transforming and shaping our perspective on daily difficulties. If this is your first time on my channel, I would appreciate it if you subscribe and like the video, so I can continue creating content like this. Stoicism has been an inexhaustible source of inspiration throughout the centuries, providing us with mental and emotional tools to face adversity, achieve inner tranquility, and maintain calm in challenging situations. We will begin our journey by delving into the 20 principles that strengthen our mindset, providing us with a foundation to face the ups and downs of life. Then, we will offer some final Stoic reflections to close the video. It is essential to understand that by showing our emotions, we risk some people using them to harm us. Unfortunately, the dynamics of sadism and envy are common in various environments, whether work, social, or even family. Therefore, learning to protect our vulnerabilities is crucial. Let us imagine strength like that of a tree in the middle of a storm. Its leaves may shake and its branches sway, but its trunk remains firm and rooted. In this video, we will explore the concept of silent resistance. We will learn to stay strong in the face of adversity and to strengthen this ability so that external and internal turbulence does not negatively affect us. Throughout this content, we will delve into the Stoic principles of Epictetus, a renowned philosopher, and invite you to embark on a journey of self-discovery. We will discover that true strength does not reside in the roar of thunder, but in the serenity of the light that illuminates our path. We encourage you to dedicate yourself fully to this material without distractions, focusing on this learning process that we share with you. Principle 1. Failure is a teacher. This principle, although often attributed to Epicurus, resonates deeply with Stoic values, inviting us to view mistakes as essential steps on our path to excellence. In a society that often stigmatizes failure, this perspective offers us a refreshing and constructive outlook on adversity, redefining our relationship with setbacks. The principle reminds us that failure does not mark the end of the journey, but rather constitutes an integral part of the learning process. Every mistake we make holds invaluable lessons, knowledge that is hard to acquire in any other way. By visualizing failure as a teacher rather than an enemy, we transform our perception of error into a powerful tool for personal and professional growth. Stoic wisdom encourages us to approach our mistakes with curiosity and openness, freeing ourselves from harsh judgments and excessive self-criticism. This approach empowers us to identify not only our shortcomings but also to discern the actions we must take differently in the future. This mindset promotes constant evolution, propelling us towards excellence and fostering a process of continuous improvement. Furthermore, by accepting mistakes as an inherent part of the process, we cultivate the resilience and courage necessary to face new challenges. This makes us more adaptable and prepared to confront the uncertainties and changes inherent in life. The ability to bounce back and learn from failures thus becomes a crucial skill, both in our personal lives and in the professional sphere. In summary, this first Stoic principle instructs us to embrace failure as an ally in our growth. It urges us to consider each stumble as an opportunity for improvement, and reminds us that the path to excellence is built upon the lessons learned from our own failures. By adopting this mindset, we empower ourselves to move forward with greater wisdom, resilience, and confidence towards the achievement of our goals and dreams. Principle 2. Listening more than speaking. This concept, often associated with Epicurus, highlights the importance of valuing listening over verbal expression. In a society where multiple voices compete for attention and opinions are formed quickly, the ability to listen attentively and empathetically becomes a revolutionary act of wisdom and self-awareness. Listening more than speaking not only shows respect towards others, but is also an exercise in humility and learning. By silencing our own discourse and creating space for others' perspectives, we significantly broaden our understanding of the world and enrich our life experience. Attentive listening allows us to absorb knowledge, experiences, and multiple worldviews, deeply contributing to both our personal and collective growth. Furthermore, this Stoic principle emphasizes the importance of patience and time. Listening requires us to slow down our mental processes and reactions, offering space for reflection and consideration, which helps us generate more thoughtful and less impulsive responses. This practice not only promotes more effective and meaningful communication, but also strengthens human bonds. Feeling authentically listened to creates a sense of validation and understanding, thus laying solid foundations for more authentic and empathetic relationships, whether on a personal or professional level. In an increasingly interconnected yet paradoxically isolated world, the ability to listen emerges as one of the essential pillars for building more united and supportive communities. In summary, the Stoic principle that prioritizes listening over speaking is a powerful reminder of the importance of active listening. It challenges us to reconsider our ways of communicating and interacting with others, thus fostering a more reflective, empathetic, and connected stance towards the world around us. Adopting this teaching not only leads to improvement in our individual lives, but also contributes to the construction of a more understanding and harmonious world. Principle 3. The dangers of wealth. This teaching highlights that, while wealth is often desired and valued, its accumulation can result in the distortion of moral values and the loss of connection with life's true pleasures. It serves as a reminder to maintain an attitude of vigilance and caution when we find ourselves in situations of material abundance. It is important to note that this principle does not belittle wealth itself, but warns against the risk of it becoming the central axis of our existence, overshadowing other crucial aspects, such as interpersonal relationships, personal growth, and contribution to the common good. Fortune can easily seduce with its promises of happiness and security, but often these promises turn out to be fleeting and illusory. The Stoics, through this principle, remind us that true happiness and satisfaction are not found in the accumulation of material goods, but in a life governed by virtue, a defined purpose, and in harmony with nature and the social environment. Wealth, when present, should be considered as a tool to achieve noble objectives and not as an end in itself. This teaching also encourages the practice of temperance and gratitude by acknowledging the transient nature of fortune and affirming that authentic wealth lies in character and human relationships. Cultivating a sense of contentment and appreciation for what we already possess protects us from falling into insatiability and the constant pursuit of more, a cycle that often leads to a sense of emptiness and discontent. In summary, the third Stoic principle warns about the dangers associated with wealth and invites us to live a more balanced and meaningful life. It advises us to maintain constant vigilance over our desires and aspiration, ensuring that our pursuit of material abundance does not distance us from the authentic sources of happiness and fulfillment. By doing so, we can lead a more authentic, centered, and satisfying existence. Principle 4. Prepare for the worst. Far from being considered pessimistic, this perspective proposes an effective strategy for managing the anxiety and worries that often assail us. By recognizing the possibility that the worst may happen, we prepare ourselves mentally and emotionally to face any eventuality, thus building a solid resilience that enables us to approach the future with greater calmness and confidence. This principle does not suggest living in a constant state of fear or negativity, but rather urges us to acknowledge the inherent reality of impermanence and uncertainty. By adopting the stance, we develop a stronger and more flexible mind, capable of adapting to different scenarios and circumstances. This mindset helps us to devise contingency plans and coping strategies thereby reducing the sense of helplessness in the face of challenges and unexpected changes. Preparing for the worst also teaches us to value and not take for granted moments of stability and well-being. This awareness deepens our gratitude and appreciation for life, teaching us to live more intensely and joyfully in the present. Furthermore, this preparation makes us more empathetic and understanding, as we understand that difficulties and adversities are universal aspects of the human experience. This practice of anticipating and accepting the worst also has a liberating effect. It allows us to confront and challenge our deepest fears, discovering that their power over us diminishes as we face and accept them. This attitude leads us to be less anxious and more capable of facing situations as they arise. In summary, the fourth Stoic principle guides us to approach life with realistic preparation and an open mind. This practice of anticipating and accepting the worst equips us with emotional and mental resilience, enabling us to deal with life's uncertainties with greater serenity and effectiveness. In this way, we equip ourselves not only to face challenges, but also to make the most of the opportunities and joys that life offers us. Principle 5. Wealth of Spirit, the fifth Stoic principle, inspired by the profound reflections of Epictetus, reveals the authentic essence of wealth. This invaluable teaching urges us to look beyond the accumulation of material goods and possessions to find true opulence, a gratified and fulfilled spirit. This principle emphasizes the importance of directing our attention towards gratitude for what we have rather than lamenting what we lack. This perspective recalibrates our values and priorities, especially relevant in a culture saturated by consumerism and endless pursuit. Stoic wisdom reminds us that genuine satisfaction emanates from within. Embracing this principle invites us to adopt an attitude rooted in gratitude towards life as a whole. This entails recognizing and valuing both the material possessions around us and the intangible elements, our relationships, the experiences we live, and the personal achievements we have reached. This perspective enriches our existence with a positive mindset, where acknowledgement and gratitude for present blessings become the foundation of our happiness. When we learn to value what we have instead of focusing on what we lack, we begin to appreciate every moment of our lives. This practice not only connects us with the joy of small things, but also grants us a deeper perspective on the richness and fullness already present in our daily lives. Appreciating what we already have does not imply stopping in personal growth or in the pursuit of new goals and achievements. Rather, it acts as a catalyst to propel us towards a future where we continue to grow, learn, and develop, always maintaining a basis of gratitude for what we have achieved. The practice of gratitude allows us to observe the world with more compassionate eyes, facilitating appreciation for small joys and everyday wonders. Focusing on gratitude and satisfaction strengthens our resilience in the face of life's adversities and challenges. This disposition helps us overcome dissatisfaction and discouragement, understanding that our happiness and serenity are not tied to external factors, but develop internally. In summary, this Stoic principle, as proposed by Epictetus, leads us to recognize that true wealth resides in a grateful and contented spirit. By practicing gratitude and valuing what we already have, we free ourselves from the constant longing for more and find joy and satisfaction in the riches already present in our lives. This principle guides us towards a fuller, more balanced existence with deeper meaning. Principle 6. Diversifying our goals. This Stoic principle suggests that we avoid inflexibility by focusing solely on a single hope or goal, inviting us to explore the breadth of our aspiration and objectives. This wise guideline not only proposes the diversification of our dreams, but also urges us to contemplate this strategy as a means to achieve greater flexibility and resilience in a world characterized by constant change and transformation. The profound understanding of this principle lies in recognizing that tying ourselves exclusively to a single goal or dream can jeopardize our emotional and mental stability. When all our energy and expectations are focused on a single aspiration, we become vulnerable to the unforeseen fluctuations and swings of fortune. If for some reason we fail to achieve the goal, we risk feeling lost or disillusioned, unable to see other opportunities and possibilities that may be within our reach. The diversification of our goals and aspiration, on the other hand, provides us with a kind of emotional and psychological safety net. This network sustains and encourages us, even when a door seems to close before us, because we know that there are other paths to fulfillment and personal satisfaction. The flexibility we cultivate gives us greater adaptability, allowing us to navigate the complexities of life with more serenity and balance. Furthermore, embracing a diversity of interests and goals significantly enriches our life experience. Each goal or dream provides us with a unique opportunity to learn and grow, facilitating the development of a broader range of skills and knowledge. This enrichment directly contributes to our ability to influence the world and the people around us in a meaningful way. In summary, this sixth Stoic principle challenges us not to confine ourselves exclusively to a single hope or aspiration, but to explore the diversity of goals in our lives. This mindset provides us with greater strength in the face of uncertainty, allowing us to find joy and satisfaction in the multiple facets of our existence. In this way, we embark on a more enriching, dynamic, and fulfilling life. Principle 7. Modesty. The seventh principle highlights modesty as one of the fundamental pillars on the path of perpetual learning. It impels us to recognize that no matter how much knowledge we may possess, there are always new lessons to learn and different perspectives to explore. This principle posits that true wisdom is not found in the accumulation of data, but in maintaining an open and receptive mind to the countless opportunities for growth and understanding. Modesty in learning involves acknowledging that our current knowledge is limited and fleeting, and that the environment around us is constantly changing. This entails being willing to question our ingrained beliefs and prejudices, showing openness to unlearn what we consider true. By doing so, we create the necessary space for the incorporation of new knowledge and ideas, thus expanding our perception of the world and enriching our understanding. This principle not only encourages us to seek new knowledge, but also to value the experiences and viewpoints of others. It recognizes that each individual has something valuable to contribute, and that the diversity of thoughts and experiences enriches the learning process. Practicing humility instructs us to listen actively and consider diverse perspectives, crucial elements in both personal and collective development. Humility also assists us in addressing errors and failures constructively. Instead of feeling discouraged or defensive, we can see these difficulties as valuable opportunities to learn and improve. This approach makes us more resilient and adaptable, essential qualities in a constantly evolving world. Embracing humility in learning represents a journey of self-discovery and expansion. It is an invitation to immerse ourselves both internally and in the environment around us, seeking to better understand the complexity and wonder of life. By remaining humble and curious, we open the doors to a life of uninterrupted learning, enrichment, and transformation. This principle guides us towards an existence with greater awareness and purpose, turning us into perpetual learners in the grand school of life. Principle 8. Valuing our short time on earth. The eighth Stoic principle leads us to a deep reflection on the ephemeral nature of life and the transience of our existence. Its purpose is to urge us to recognize the brevity and fragility of our journey in this world, constantly reminding us that each moment holds immense value and should not be squandered. This principle aims to steer us away from superficiality and excessive consumerism that often prevail in our society. Instead of focusing on the fleeting accumulation of material goods and wealth, it impels us to invest our time and energy in soul-enriching experiences and meaningful relationships that nourish and uplift us. Valuing limited time involves understanding that each moment is an opportunity to grow, learn, and contribute significantly to the world around us. It invites us to acknowledge that true wealth lies not in material possessions, but in the experiences we undergo, the lessons we learn, and the bonds we create with other people. This principle motivates us to live consciously, seeking activities that provide authentic joy and lasting satisfaction. Similarly, it urges us to build and nurture authentic and deep relationships, even in an environment where connections often become superficial and fleeting. It reminds us of the vital importance of cultivating meaningful and enduring bonds with family, friends, and the community. These relationships are genuine treasures in life, offering support, love, and companionship in the most challenging times. By becoming aware of our own finitude, we feel compelled to live with a sense of purpose and passion, inspiring us to leave a positive legacy and contribute in some way to a better world. This contribution can manifest through involvement in social causes, the pursuit of creative projects, or simply spreading kindness and compassion in our daily actions. In summary, this principle invites us to introspection and personal transformation. It challenges us to reassess our priorities and choose a path that aligns with our deepest values. In doing so, we not only enrich our own lives, but also positively influence the lives of those around us, creating beneficial impacts that extend far beyond our earthly existence. Principle 9. Confronting our mistakes. This principle reminds us that at some point in our lives, we all face mistakes and challenges. The crucial aspect is how we respond to these situations. Instead of getting stuck in guilt or remorse, it's essential to extract lessons from our actions, using those experiences to grow and develop. This principle urges us to acknowledge our mistakes, understand the repercussions of our actions, and take corrective measures to avoid repeating the same mistakes in the future. Taking responsibility in this process is fundamental, which involves an honest and objective evaluation of our actions and their consequences. It's not about making excuses or blaming others, but accepting our involvement in the situations we have created or are involved in. This acceptance is not self-destructive, rather, it's a starting point for change and improvement. Furthermore, this principle urges us to replace blame with constructive reflection and positive actions. Instead of punishing ourselves for what happened, it motivates us to focus on how we can improve and repair any harm caused. This may include apologizing, correcting our mistakes, or changing our behavior patterns to avoid making the same mistakes in the future. Self-compassion plays a key role in this process. It's about offering ourselves the same compassion and understanding we would offer to a friend. In similar circumstances, recognizing that being human involves making mistakes helps us forgive ourselves and move forward in our personal journey of growth with more wisdom and resilience. In summary, this principle challenges us to confront our mistakes, learn from them, and move forward with a more positive and responsible mindset. In doing so, we free ourselves from the burden of guilt, thus paving the way for a more enriching, authentic life marked by a continuous process of evolution and improvement. Principle 10. The value of social and family relationships. This principle emphasizes the enormous individual responsibility that each person carries, as well as the fundamental importance of surrounding oneself with people who not only inspire, but also encourage us to reach and maintain our highest potential. It highlights each individual's inherent ability to make decisions that not only shape their own life, but also influence those around them. It emphasizes that the path to becoming the best version of oneself is not solitary, but enriched and amplified by the company and support of others. Individual responsibility involves recognizing that we are the primary architects of our existence. It entails taking control of our actions, thoughts, and emotions, understanding how they impact our overall well-being and that of those around us. This principle urges us to be mindful of our identity, to reflect on our choices, and to act in accordance with our deepest values and most significant goals. Furthermore, it challenges us to acknowledge our mistakes, learn from them, and make constructive adjustments in our lives. On the other hand, This principle also underscores the importance of having people in our environment who serve as sources of inspiration and challenge for our personal growth. These can be mentors, friends, family members, or colleagues who embody the characteristics and achievements that we aspire to for ourselves. Their role is akin to that of a mirror reflecting our own potentialities and encouraging us to pursue our goals with ethical determination. The presence of these individuals in our lives creates an enriching environment that facilitates our personal development and growth. Principle 11. Fulfillment of responsibilities. This principle highlights the paramount importance of honoring our commitments and responsibilities, always acting with sincerity and dedication. It reminds us that our actions not only shape our individual lives, but also have a significant impact on those around us and society as a whole. It challenges us to live according to high standards of behavior, taking responsibility for our actions and commitments. Fulfilling our duties involves recognizing and respecting the commitments we have to ourselves, to others, and to the community at large. This goes beyond simply meeting explicit expectations, including adherence to a personal ethical code that guides our interactions and decisions. Acting with integrity involves maintaining consistency between our actions and words, maintaining an attitude of honesty and fairness even when we are not under scrutiny. Integrity is not limited to compliance with the law, but living according to the principles of morality and ethics we value. This involves making the right choices, even in difficult times, and standing firm in our values against external pressures. Dedication requires us to commit to giving our best in all circumstances, persevering despite obstacles. It is about applying effort and passion to our work, relationships, and goals. Dedication urges us to continually seek excellence and quality in everything we do. This principle also emphasizes the importance of taking responsibility for our actions and the consequences they entail. Personal responsibility is crucial for a fair and functional society, and each of us plays an important role in building a better world. This involves being aware of how our actions impact others and the environment, making decisions that promote well-being and justice. Principle 12. The importance of our responses. This principle offers a profound reflection on how our responses influence the course of our lives. It highlights that while we may not have total control over the events that happen to us, we do have the power to choose how to react to them. It suggests that our true strength lies in our responses to adversity, which determine our destiny. It recognizes that life is full of challenges and setbacks, moments when we all face difficulties in our personal, professional, or emotional lives. Its focus is not on the obstacles themselves, but on how we choose to address them. Every response we give is a choice, conscious or not, that can lead us to growth and learning or to stagnation and suffering. The central message is to cultivate awareness and intentionality in our responses. It's about pausing before reacting, objectively evaluating the situation, and choosing the most beneficial course of action. We can transform challenges into opportunities to strengthen and surpass ourselves. This principle also emphasizes the importance of adopting a positive and resilient attitude. It's not about ignoring pain or difficulties, but facing them with courage and optimism. We seek lessons in every experience and use the learning to grow with wisdom and strength. Additionally, it encourages us to seek support when needed. While our responses are personal, we don't have to face difficulties alone. Support from friends, family, or professionals can offer new perspectives and resources to overcome adversity. As we develop skills to constructively respond to adversity, we observe positive changes in our lives. Our conscious choices guide us towards a path of personal growth, bringing us closer to a destination more aligned with our values and aspiration. It impels us to face challenges with awareness, courage, and optimism, turning each obstacle into a step towards a higher and more fulfilling destiny. Principle 13. Embracing simplicity. This principle highlights simplicity as a path towards a fuller and more meaningful life. emphasizing the benefits of a less complicated lifestyle focused on the essential. It goes beyond mere reduction of material possessions or renunciation of luxuries. It is an invitation to reevaluate our priorities, values, and how we direct our energy and time. Living simply involves making conscious decisions for less, but of better quality. It entails understanding that an excess of material goods can distract us and lead us away from what is truly significant. By reducing the superfluous and focusing on the essential, we create space for aspects that truly enrich our lives, such as relationships, experiences, personal growth, and contributions to the community. Simplicity also refers to clarity of thought and reducing the constant bombardment of stimuli and information. In a world full of messages and incessant demands, opting for simplicity is a way to regain serenity and focus. This might include limiting media consumption, setting aside time for introspection and meditation, or simply slowing down to enjoy the present moment. Embracing a simple lifestyle does not mean completely forgoing comforts or pleasures, but finding satisfaction in the most essential and enduring. It is a choice for a less cluttered and more intentional life, where our choices are guided by what truly adds value and meaning to our existence. By consuming more consciously and with less excess, we reduce our ecological footprint and contribute to a more sustainable and equitable economy. This denotes a concern not only for our own well-being, but also for the well-being of future generations and the planet as a whole. Moreover, simplicity teaches us to value what we have. By appreciating and caring for what we already possess instead of constantly seeking more, we cultivate a sense of satisfaction and gratitude towards life. This attitude of gratitude is essential for a richer and more fulfilling life experience. In summary, the principle of simplicity encourages us to seek simplicity as a means to free ourselves from excess and focus on what truly matters. In doing so, we not only enhance our personal quality of life but also contribute to a more sustainable and just world for all. Principle 14. Personal emotional mastery. This principle emphasizes the importance of emotional balance and internal independence, highlighting the need to strengthen the ability to remain undisturbed by external attitudes or behaviors. It is a call to emotional maturity and inner development, urging us to cultivate a tranquility that remains steadfast in the face of adversity. Self-control involves the ability to regulate our emotions, thoughts, and actions, especially in challenging situations. It is the capacity to maintain serenity and composure even in the face of criticism, rejection, or hostility, allowing us to respond reflectively rather than react impulsively. On the other hand, emotional autonomy goes beyond self-control. It involves building internal independence, where our emotional equilibrium is not vulnerable to the opinions or actions of others. It means recognizing that we cannot control others' actions, but we can control our reaction to them. With emotional autonomy, we take responsibility for our emotions and have the power to maintain our stability, regardless of what happens in our environment. This principle teaches us that people's reactions are generally more about themselves than about us. Understanding this helps us not to interpret every word or action directed at us as something personal, instead of allowing anger, resentment, or sadness to dominate us. We can choose to address the situation with understanding, compassion, and an open mind. Developing self-control and emotional autonomy requires time, practice, and patience. We can achieve this through mindfulness techniques, deep reflection, therapy, and seeking greater self-awareness. It also involves learning to establish healthy boundaries and distance ourselves from situations or relationships that constantly affect our inner foundation. This principle does not promote indifference or lack of concern for others. On the contrary, by achieving greater emotional stability, we are better prepared to offer real support, empathy, and understanding. This empowers us to be present and available for others in a more balanced and healthy way. Principle 15. The importance of friendship. This principle highlights the incomparable significance of friendship, emphasizing that genuine and meaningful relationships are more valuable than any accumulation of material possessions. It emphasizes that while material objects may provide temporary comfort, true friends offer us support, solidarity, and camaraderie that enrich our lives in lasting and transcendent ways. Friendship represents one of the most authentic forms of human connection. True friends accept us for who we are, share in our joys and sorrows, and are present in crucial moments. They are a constant source of joy, inspiration, and comfort, helping us overcome life's most challenging obstacles. This principle motivates us to value and cultivate these relationships, recognizing that the quality of our friendships is a genuine indicator of a fulfilling and meaningful life. Beyond highlighting the importance of friendship, this 15th principle urges us to reflect on how we prioritize our lives. In a society that often measures success in terms of material possessions, we are reminded that true wealth lies in human connections and shared affection. This premise challenges us to evaluate what we truly value and to seek a healthier balance between material pursuits and the cultivation of deep and meaningful relationships. The support and comfort provided by friends are invaluable. They have the ability to understand our struggles, offer wise counsel, and provide a different perspective in challenging times. In times of adversity, it is our friends who offer us a shoulder to cry on, and in times of joy, they share in our laughter and celebrations. This network of emotional support is essential for our psychological well-being and our ability to face life's challenges. Cultivating true friendships requires time, dedication, and effort. It involves being present, listening with empathy, and acting with kindness and consideration. It also involves being a true friend in reciprocity, offering the same level of support and love that we expect to receive. This principle urges us to proactively strengthen our friendships, investing time and energy in nurturing these valuable human connections. Principle 16. Emotional strength. This principle underscores the importance of emotional strength, encouraging us to cultivate the ability to remain calm and serene in the face of life's challenges. It recognizes that we will encounter situations and people that will test our emotional stability. Instead of allowing these circumstances to deeply affect us, we are encouraged to develop an inner strength that enables us to stay balanced and centered. Emotional strength involves the ability to quickly recover from difficulties and adapt to changes, maintaining an attitude of serenity and clarity. It's not about suppressing our emotions, but rather understanding and managing them effectively. By developing this strength, we're less prone to impulsive reactions and more capable of responding to challenges with wisdom and consideration. Ignoring external negativity is fundamental in this principle. The negative attitudes and comments of others often reflect more about their own internal struggles than our personal experiences. Understanding this helps us not to take these attitudes personally and to preserve our inner peace. Maintaining our inner calm involves practices such as meditation, mindfulness, and reflection, which help us deepen our understanding of our thoughts and emotions. Furthermore, this principle emphasizes that emotional strength is a skill that can be strengthened over time through consistent practice and a commitment to our growth and self-awareness. By facing our fears, challenges, and uncertainties with courage and openness, we turn these difficult experiences into opportunities to develop greater strength and wisdom. Learning to brush aside external negativity and maintain our serenity not only enhances our quality of life, but also makes us a source of inspiration and support for those around us. Principle 17. Optimistic focus. This principle reminds us that even in the most difficult times, there are valuable opportunities to move forward and grow. It motivates us to adopt an optimistic outlook, seeking to discover benefits and lessons in all situations, especially those marked by adversity. Not only does it drive us to overcome obstacles, but also to turn them into steps that lead us to higher levels of fulfillment and understanding. Seeing adversity as an opportunity requires a shift in our mindset, Instead of focusing on the negative aspects of a difficult situation, we are encouraged to seek the potential for learning and strengthening it may offer. Every challenge carries with it the seed of personal growth and overcoming. By facing problems with courage and determination, we can develop skills, gain new perspectives, and strengthen our integrity. Furthermore, this principle highlights the importance of resilience and flexibility. Resilience allows us to quickly recover from adversity, maintaining a positive attitude and the willingness to keep moving forward. Flexibility, on the other hand, allows us to adjust our strategies and approaches according to the needs of the moment. Accepting change is an essential part of the growth process. These qualities together prepare us to face life's uncertainties and extract value from every experience. Likewise, this principle encourages us to seek support and inspiration from people who have overcome adversity. By sharing their stories and lessons of resilience, we create a network of mutual support that strengthens and motivates us. This attitude of seeking positives in all situations also helps us cultivate gratitude and optimism. By focusing on the positive, even in difficult times, we foster a mindset of abundance and appreciation that enriches our daily experience. By adopting this approach, we transform challenges into drivers of our development, nurturing resilience, flexibility, and a positive outlook that leads us to greater achievements and satisfactions. Principle 18. Inner peace. This principle emphasizes a fundamental wisdom for well-being and inner peace, emphasizing directing our energies and attention towards what is within our control, while learning to accept what is beyond our ability to change. This essential teaching seeks to reduce stress and anxiety in our lives, thus fostering a more serene and balanced existence. Focusing on what we can manage involves recognizing and taking responsibility for our actions, words, and thoughts. Often, we invest time and energy worrying about circumstances or decisions of other individuals that are beyond our control. This principle urges us to redirect the dedication towards areas where we can truly make a difference, such as our attitudes, choices, and behaviors. In doing so, we not only improve our own situation, but also become positive role models for those around us. On the other hand, accepting what is beyond our reach involves acknowledging that there are aspects of life, such as the actions of others or certain outcomes and global events, that we simply cannot modify. Acceptance is not about giving in or remaining inactive, but about understanding reality clearly and objectively without allowing it to cause us emotional distress. By accepting the uncontrollable, we release the attention and stress that arises from resisting reality, allowing us to respond in a more adaptable and creative manner. The practice of acceptance is often complemented by mindfulness and meditation techniques that help us remain anchored in the present and develop greater awareness of our thoughts and emotions. This allows us to observe our internal reactions without judgment and with compassion, thus facilitating the process of acceptance and release. Recognizing and respecting the limits of our control provides us with greater flexibility and capacity to face life's challenges with a more serene and resolute attitude. By adopting this approach, we not only find more peace and balance in our daily lives, but also prepare ourselves to confront uncertainty and difficulties in a healthier and more productive manner. This principle represents the key to unlocking a more peaceful and fulfilled life, filled with acceptance, resilience, and focus on the present. Principle 19. Harmony with our environment. This principle invites us to immerse ourselves in a deep and meaningful connection, both with our inner selves and the environment that surrounds us. It goes beyond simply living in harmony with nature, encompassing the intrinsic essence of each individual and the cosmic order of the universe. It calls us to recognize and honor our needs, abilities, and personal limitations while understanding our place and function within the vast ecosystem of life. This alignment begins with deep self-awareness, exploring our genuine identity without the masks imposed by social expectations. In doing so, We initiate the process of aligning our actions and choices with our authentic essence, living authentically and fully in congruence with our true being. This principle also encourages us to recognize and respect our own physical and emotional limits, collaborating with our own essence for a more balanced and less conflicting existence. Living in harmony with nature involves understanding that we are an interconnected part of something larger. We value and respect the natural world and all its diversity of life, recognizing that our actions have consequences beyond our own being. We develop an awareness that life is a continuous cycle of growth, change, and renewal, akin to the changing seasons and the natural adaptation of nature. We accept and embrace changes in our lives as intrinsic opportunities to evolve and learn, finding greater peace and satisfaction in acceptance and adaptation. In summary, this principle invites us to live in harmony with our true essence and with the world around us, honoring our own nature and the surrounding nature. This allows us to live more authentically, balanced, and consciously, an integral connection with ourselves and the environment. Principle 20. Recognizing what is beyond our control. This principle offers us a guide of wisdom and tranquility by reminding us of the importance of accepting what escapes our dominion. It teaches us that, despite our efforts and desires, much of life unfolds independently of our actions. The behaviors of others, external events, and the forces shaping the world often proceed without our direct influence. Accepting and understanding what we cannot control is not a sign of weakness, but of maturity and understanding. By focusing on our own actions and reactions, we have the opportunity to exercise our freedom and make an impact in areas that truly matter. This approach urges us to direct our energy towards our own evolution, ethical behavior, and conscious choices, rather than worrying about what is beyond our reach. By accepting the uncontrollable, we free ourselves from the burden of unrealistic expectations and the obsession with having total control. This significantly reduces stress and anxiety by freeing us from constant worry about what we cannot change. We find peace and satisfaction by focusing on what we can influence, adapting with flexibility and resilience to life's challenges. Furthermore, this principle educates us in compassion and understanding. By recognizing that we have no mastery over others, we learn to accept people with their own struggles and paths. This promotes healthier relationships and a more harmonious society, based on essential values such as respect and acceptance. Accepting the uncontrollable invites us to live fully in the present, appreciating each moment and the opportunities it offers us, instead of worrying about the future or lamenting the past. In summary, this principle encourages us to embrace life with openness and serenity, while focusing on what we can control. This mindset allows us to live more balanced and peaceful lives, cultivating resilience, compassion, and wisdom as we face the challenges of the world. It is a guide that steers us through life's storms, reminding us that although we cannot control the wind, we can adjust our sails. Philosopher Epictetus provides us with a valuable perspective on moderation, which is crucial for maintaining a balanced and fulfilling life. Within his philosophy, he emphasizes that excess indulgence, whether in food or consumption, can have negative consequences for our physical and mental health, as well as quickly exhausting us. Moderation, according to Epictetus, is not just a suggestion, but a fundamental pillar in a philosophy that advocates for discipline and self-control as key elements for success and personal fulfillment in all areas of life. The balance between excess and deprivation is crucial. Excess, while it may be pleasurable in the short term, can lead to physical discomfort, health problems, and emotional burden of guilt or regret. On the other hand, extreme restraint can also be harmful, generating frustration and feeding the desire for indulgence later on. Therefore, Epictetus encourages us to find a middle ground where we can consume food and drinks in a way that satisfies us without indulging excessively, promoting an enriching experience rather than a detrimental one. The practice of moderation involves exercising discipline and self-control, which not only contributes to personal success and well-being but also harmonizes our actions, ensuring a more satisfying and balanced journey towards our goals and aspiration. Moderation, within the symphony of life, stands as a fundamental piece, a virtue that, when properly integrated, guides us towards a richer and fuller existence. One of the key principles of Stoicism, a philosophy that emphasizes inner strength and resilience, is to avoid speaking negatively about oneself. Not engaging in depressive self-dialogue or self-deprecating thoughts is a recommendation that resonates in the teachings of the historical emperor and philosopher Marcus Aurelius. Adopting this practice is crucial for protecting self-confidence and mental well-being, avoiding falling into thoughts that undermine self-esteem and weaken motivation. In Stoicism, being aware of our internal dialogue and avoiding self-deprecation is crucial, as recognizing our potential and capability strengthens self-confidence and resilience. This approach, rooted in philosophy, teaches us that personal mastery begins with how we speak to ourselves internally. By adopting an affirmative and motivating internal dialogue, we are taking the first steps to build a resilient mindset oriented towards success. Stoicism reminds us that our path to personal fulfillment and happiness is intrinsically linked to our perception and response to the challenges that arise. Embracing a mindset that fosters self-affirmation and recognition of our capabilities prepares us to face challenges with confidence, learning from them, and strengthening the foundation upon which we build our self-confidence and emotional resilience. In summary, following Stoic wisdom involves cultivating a positive and constructive internal dialogue, aligning ourselves with the principles of inner strength and personal growth proposed by the Stoics. Epictetus, another renowned Stoic philosopher, offers valuable advice on personal growth, emphasizing that our journey towards self-improvement should unfold with humility and discretion. He suggests that, instead of boasting about our achievements and progress, we allow our actions and changes of character to be a true testament to our growth. True improvement is a personal journey, a path towards self-improvement that does not seek applause or external recognition. Epictetus highlights that by constantly focusing on talking about our achievements, we risk diluting the authenticity of our intentions. True personal progress is not limited to the words we utter, but is manifested in the real and tangible changes we observe in our behavior, character, and mindset. Personal progress is often a continuous and discrete process, focused on our individual growth and not on external validation. By adopting this perspective, we allow our victories and progress to be expressed naturally, becoming inspiration for others beyond any grandiose boasting. Following Epictetus's wise advice, the path to self-improvement transforms into a journey of humility and modesty. In this process, we let our actions and results speak for themselves, which constitutes the most authentic and persuasive way to demonstrate our growth and positively influence others. Gratitude emerges as a fundamental pillar for personal well-being and interpersonal connections. According to historical philosophy and the words of Epicurus, recognizing and valuing what we already have instead of lamenting what we lack is a powerful practice that enriches our daily lives. An ungrateful attitude can subtly manifest, showing a lack of recognition towards others' gestures or underestimating the small daily joys that bring us comfort and happiness. On the other hand, the conscious practice of gratitude evokes active recognition and appreciation of the good things, whether big or small, from a simple act of kindness to the opportunities that arise. Expressing gratitude is not only essential for a fulfilling life but also strengthens and enriches our relationships, creating an environment where people feel valued and appreciated. When ingratitude seeps into our daily interactions, we risk alienating those around us, deteriorating relationships, and creating an atmosphere of dissatisfaction and disdain. Finding expression for gratitude builds strong bonds and positive relationships, creating an emotionally nourishing environment and fostering a sense of mutual recognition. Therefore, it is crucial to cultivate gratitude in our daily routine, expressing gratitude not only for tangible benefits, but also for emotional support, kindness, and affection that we receive. By doing so, we not only enrich our lives by focusing on the positive, but also strengthen our connections with others, promoting an environment of trust and mutual respect. Stoicism, with its timeless teachings transmitted by figures like Epictetus, offers wisdom that transcends epochs and resonates deeply in the contemporary context. One of the fundamental practices promoted by this philosophy is selective silence, an invitation to discern precisely when it is appropriate to speak and when it is wiser to remain silent. This philosophy provides us with a valuable perspective on how to interact with the world around us and how to manage our verbal expressions. The concept of selective silence is not just about restricting words, but understanding the importance of conscious choice in communication. This approach offers us an opportunity to deepen our personal growth by allowing us to reflect before speaking, consider the repercussions of our words, and understand when our silence can be more eloquent than any speech. This practice not only shapes our own perception of the world and ourselves, but also has a significant impact on our connections with others. Selective silence offers us the possibility of creating more genuine bonds by fostering more thoughtful and meaningful communication. Often, when we listen more than we speak, we show profound respect towards others, allowing their words space to be expressed and valued. By adopting this practice, we strengthen our ability to understand, empathize, and connect with the feelings and thoughts of those around us. The ability to be a good listener and to choose wisely when to intervene with our words promotes stronger and more authentic relationships. Furthermore, it allows us to develop a more serene presence and a deeper understanding of the complexities of human interaction. Selective silence is not just a tool for managing our interactions. It is also a path to greater self-awareness and self-control. By exercising this practice, we foster deeper internal reflection, allowing us to connect with our true intentions and values. It provides us with the opportunity to cultivate patience, humility, and self-control, essential foundations for significant personal growth. Additionally, selective silence teaches us the importance of choosing our verbal battles, opting for more substantial and constructive conversations instead of dispersing energy in trivial or valueless discussions. This selectivity in our words and in our silence allows us to be more impactful and relevant in our exchanges with others. Not everything we think or feel needs to be expressed. By practicing selective silence, we learn to navigate life with more intention and wisdom, leading us to a more enriching and meaningful life experience. The continued exploration of this rich philosophy provides us with teachings applicable to daily life, helping us find strength, wisdom, and inner peace. If this video has been helpful to you, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment so that YouTube can recognize the value of this content, and we can continue to create similar videos in the future.